So I have here some sugar water, and this glass broke, but I didn't want to lose out. I like to conserve. I didn't want to lose out on any of the sugar, because right now we don't have money to go out and buy more sugar. So just, I scrape off every little bit, and this is what I would have done even if the glass hadn't broken. But you can still, even though the glass broke, guess what? Glass does not get filtered through. Glass does not dissolve in water, but the sugar does. So you can dissolve the sugar in here, and then you have sugar water. That's perfectly good sugar water. It's got a teaspoon, tablespoon of water or sugar there. And I will put it through a filter, and I'm going to put it through a very fine filter. This is very fine mesh, so that if there is any glass in there, I'm pretty certain that there's not going to be any glass that's going to be as fine as this. This is pretty small. But that way, see, this is what I'm saying, is that you can make it so, sorry for the mess with chia seeds, but you can make it so that you don't waste a single drop. Every little bit of rice, every little bit of sugar molecule, they all add up. And look, I get to make a whole crepe or whatever I'm going to make. I think I'm going to make some naan bread, but whatever it is I'm making, I'm going to get to do it because I'm not actually out of sugar. I thought I was out of sugar, and it turns out I'm not, because look, I was able to scrape off all that sugar from the sides. Even though the glass broke, I was still able to get all that sugar water, and now I can pour it through and save all that sugar water. So the sugar water goes through, but the glass doesn't. And if there was any glass, I think there might have been. You can kind of see something, or just maybe it was the way it shattered. Let's check what was in there. Yep, that was glass that was in there. And actually, look, the glass was heaviest. It stayed behind. And so you can salvage. You don't need to throw it away going, oh my goodness, that was my last of my sugar. I don't have any more food. I don't have any more sugar. You don't have to do that. You don't have to say, oh, I'm out of material. And even though I do have another thing of milk, there was this goat milk right here, and I was like, oh, it was almost out. It's almost empty. But guess what? In the milk, it has the milk on the sides, and so you can fill it full of water and shake it up. And then you have some milk. You don't have to make it so that you're like, oh, I'm out of materials, when you're not. You actually do have materials. Now, I will go recycle this glass. I recycle everything. Sorry for my hand shaking. I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to point out to people, you don't have to think that you're out of products. When there is still a little bit left, there is still something that you can use. And look, I have brown sugar. I have a little bit of honey from somewhere else. I have milk. Maybe it's not going to be thick milk, but that's okay. This product doesn't need it. I have a little bit of leftover butter that I inherited. I will have those ingredients so that I can make the foods and things that I want. I'm going to keep on making it here. And I don't know if I'll attach it to this video, but I just wanted to make this video just in case by itself. I think I'm going to go feed the cat. Okay. See you that this has got no glass in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into another clear glass. This is non-broken glass. I don't know if I can hold this. Let's see if I can put this up like that. Okay, and I'm going to pour the water. This is still the sugar water, and as you can see, that way you can see through the glass. It is perfectly. Hi, the cat's already been fed. Oh, she's looking for her water. Okay, well, we'll go to her some water. I had to refill it up. Apparently, it was not full. So, anyways, going back to this. Let's see. See, you can go through. And, I've now run it through the filter a couple times just to be double sure. And make sure it's all rinsed out. And let's see this. As you can see, there is no, I don't know if put it in the light, I guess. I don't know. I guess you're just going to have to take my word for it. There is absolutely no particles in this. It is just melted sugar water. I did warm up the water a little bit. Anyways, it's just to let you know that if you do ever break a glass and you're like, oh no, I lost all the sugar that's inside it because therefore, there might be glass particles in there. Same thing goes with salt, although one time we did have it where the glass for the salt broke, and we ended up just picking it was one of those ones with large salt, and so we ended up salvaging out the larger particles, and then anything that was tinier than something like this we went ahead and threw out because it just wasn't worth dissolving it for us, because we don't use very much salt. We use very, very little salt in our cooking, but we do use a lot of sugar, and we try to use only organic sugar, so it is kind of expensive, so we want to conserve every little bit that we can. So we don't want to go, my son's going, oh no, the glass broke, and like my grandmother would complain about there being tons of sugar or tons of glass in the sugar, and they would throw it all out. But the thing is, you have to remember, you don't have to remember, but it's helpful if you remember you haven't actually lost everything just because glass broke in there. Sugar dissolves in water, so you warm up some water, you dissolve the sugar in there, then you run it through a filter a couple times, and voila, you will save all your precious sugar, so you don't have to worry about having to throw away any expensive, especially if you do organic stuff like us, and every little bit, matters. You don't want to waste money. You don't need to waste money. Every little penny does add up eventually, so there's no reason for wasting, and it's just a healthy practice to conserve. Zero waste. That's our goal. As you can see, I do try to do zero waste. So good luck, everyone, and remember and do recycle. So if your glass is broken, you can either put it through you can save all your broken glass and make little glass beads, or you can go ahead and send it to the recycling bin. I think I'm hopefully just going to recycle myself. All right. Ciao, everyone. Thank you very much. And remember, thank you very much for being a part of our world, and please subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye. I wanted to show you, so I have the diluted milk from the sides, and this is how much milk was on the sides of the milk. Isn't that impressive how much milk is still there? This is the sugar that was on the sides of something, and you thought, oh, there's all that sugar connected, so even if your glass didn't break, you have all that sugar that's connected. But that's a fair amount, and I got all this liquid, and my recipe is going to call for water anyways, so I've got sugar water, and I've got milk water, and I've got the cream in there. I'm going to combine them too, and look, I have a lot of fluids. I'm going to add some flour to this, and it's just impressive how this is going to make some nice little naan pancake for me and my son. So just showing you, if you think you're out of ingredients, you actually do still have ingredients if you're willing to conserve and use every last little bit.